It is my pleasure to introduce to you Father Robert Murray, OSA, Director of the Counseling Master's Program, who will deliver the invocation. Father Murray.
Hey, could you please join me as we now ask God's blessing upon our time together. God of creation and of all that serves life, it is you who have brought us to this day of recognition, a time of celebration, a time of shared memory, a time to give thanks. As a community of faith committed to the arts and sciences, you continue to remind us of our need for one another in the common pursuit of truth. As we gather today to recognize the accomplishments of our graduates and of those who helped to bring them to this moment, we pray in the spirit of our patron, Thomas of Villanova, that our knowledge may give birth to wisdom and that our wisdom may give life to service as we bring the world, especially those who have no voice, closer to you. At this time, we present to you these, your sons and daughters. We thank you for the life that they have brought to our Villanova community. May their search for truth and may their restless hearts find meaning and peace in you. May their lives always reflect the richness of your kingdom, a kingdom of unity, a kingdom of truth, a kingdom of love. We ask this in your name. Amen.
Now it gives me great pleasure to introduce Dr. Christine Kelleher-Pallas, Chairperson of the Department of Public Administration, as today's faculty speaker. Christine Pallas is an Associate Professor of Public Administration at Villanova University and also the Chair and Director of the Masters in Public Administration program. Dr. Pallas earned her MA and her PhD in political science at the University of North Carolina. She joined the faculty here at Villanova in 2006. Dr. Pallas's research on state and local government and public management is widely published in her discipline's top journals. She is currently co-editing a book entitled A Guide to Urban Politics and Policy. She is also working on a new project examining the relationship between electoral messages and policy decisions in America's largest cities. Today, Dr. Pallas will speak to you about the importance of local government and the centrality of place.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much, Dean Lindenmayer, for your kind introduction and for inviting me to be the speaker at this year's graduate recognition ceremony. With this being the first commencement for graduates from the online Master of Public Administration degree, it's even more meaningful for me to stand before you today, so thank you again. Let me begin by offering my most heartfelt congratulations to each and every one of you on earning your respective graduate degrees. You've worked so hard to get to this moment, attending classes, working in labs, and logging countless hours in the library. But what's even more remarkable is that many of you did this while juggling careers and family. You came to class straight from the office or the airport, or sometimes from the soccer field or piano lessons. So savor this moment, especially in light of many of the sacrifices that you made to get here, and know that you're truly an inspiration to us. As Dean Lindenmayer said, I'm the director of the Master of Public Administration program here at Villanova, and I teach classes on urban politics and government. I'm here to talk to you today about the importance of place and local government in both my research and in all of our lives. So I'd like to start by asking you all to close your eyes for just a minute and think of some of the places in your life. Where were you born? Where did you spend your childhood? Where did you go to college? Where was your first job? Where did you get your first apartment or buy your first home? Where did you fall in love for the first time? Where did you get married? Where were your children born? can open your eyes now. If you're a romantic like me, I bet thinking back to these places, even for just a moment, brings a smile to your face or a tear to your eye. I thought back to my carefree days growing up in Monroe, New York, a small rural suburb about 60 miles north of New York City, where the neighborhood kids I played baseball with are still some of my closest friends to this day. I recalled childhood visits to my grandmother in the Bronx and how this young country girl fell in love with life in the big city through subway rides and shopping trips. I remembered my first big move after college to Chapel Hill, North Carolina, and how my heart was softened by some good old-fashioned Southern hospitality. And I reminisced about my first job in Michigan, where I not only met my husband, but where I learned about the city of Detroit, a place with a fascinating yet deeply troubled history, a place that most people in our country have all but written off. As we all know, the places of our lives are fundamentally important to who we are, all that we become, and the many gifts we ultimately share with the world around us. John Gauss, one of the preeminent scholars of public administration in the 20th century, said it well when he wrote, "The factors of people and place are inextricably interwoven." That connection between people and place is exactly why I've spent the last 15 years of my life studying political participation and public policy in the cities, villages, towns, boroughs, and townships that we all call home. Our local governments play a central role in making the places of our lives function. From the hospitals we're born in, to the parks we grew up playing hide and seek in, to the schools that formed us. The services that local governments provide are of critical importance to our most basic needs and desires, and facilitate our individual and collective aspirations within our communities. Local governments also now are engaged beyond their traditional functions, with issues at the heart of our most pressing political debates. So think here about immigration, environmental policy and sustainability issues, and healthcare. Our places then are becoming more and more important every day. However, these places and their leaders will only be successful in manifesting the ideals of democracy if citizens are able to ensure that their voices are heard. A common theme for all of my research is the nature of this responsiveness in our local governments. To that end, I focus on questions such as, why are certain policies enacted? How do institutional structures influence the relationships between citizens and their municipal governments? And what role do elected officials and professional public servants play in the process of representation and policymaking? Now, while my love of local government is deep and enduring, many people I encounter often don't share my passion for the topic. A constant challenge in my professional life has been convincing others about the importance of understanding the way that local governments work and their centrality to the process of democratic governance. National politics is exciting, right? But there's nothing sexy or intriguing about streetlights or garbage pickup or parks and recreation. Unless, of course, your street is full of potholes, your neighborhood is littered with trash, and your kids have no Little League or soccer club to join. What happens then when our places let us down? Think about where we sit right now, beautiful Radnor Township. This place, which is my family's home, is one of the loveliest in the nation, providing its residents with top-notch schools, exceptional recreational programming, and an all-around amazing quality of life. The median household income is nearly $102,000, compared with about $51,000 in the nation as a whole. The median home value is over $600,000, and less than 6% of people live in poverty. Yet just 13 miles down the road from us is the city of Philadelphia, with a sharply different demographic and economic portrait. There, the median household income is just over $37,000. The median home value is about $142,000, and over 1/4 of residents live in poverty. 13% of Philadelphians, or nearly 200,000 people, live in deep poverty, meaning that a family of 3 makes less than $9,700 a year. And I am not even addressing here the racial dimensions of these inequalities. One of the most transformative books I've ever read on this topic is called Place Matters. Essentially, the main argument is that where we live has a powerful effect on the choices we have and our capacity to achieve a high quality of life. The authors document that more and more frequently, people are living in communities that are occupied by people similar to them. The poor are concentrated in cities and distressed inner-ring suburbs. The wealthy settle in exclusive center city neighborhoods and affluent suburban communities, and never the twain shall meet. The implications for this segregation are deeply disturbing. It reinforces the cycle of poverty in America's cities and heightens suburban sprawl. It complicates transportation planning and regional cooperation. It puts undue financial pressures on local governments, and it diminishes political engagement and the overall quality of life for communities. I share these examples with you today because I sincerely hope that they drive home the following point. Whatever you do, it is of central importance that you have a well-developed knowledge of, engagement with, and respect for your local governments. My research has proven to me that the participation and engagement of citizens matters deeply to the quality of our neighborhoods, the health of our communities, and the overall functioning of democracy in America's cities and towns. Each one of us has a fundamental role to play in ensuring that the places we recalled just a few moments ago are truly the best that they can be for all people. Finally, as Bruce Katz and Jennifer Bradley from the Brookings Institution wrote in a recent book called The Metropolitan Revolution, quote, "Many of us sleep in one jurisdiction, work in another, go to movies or concerts or games in yet another, and cross countless lines on a map as we go about the business of raising families, earning money, and enjoying the countless small pleasures of the everyday. The community in which we live, big or small, is connected to others by systems and structures we take for granted, at least until they break down. We can't fool ourselves into thinking that our places are disconnected from one another. Whether we realize it or not, or want to admit it or not, we're all a part of something much bigger than ourselves. And we all have a unique role to play in making sure that the institutions and organizations we rely on to serve us are oriented towards a spirit of cooperation and care. That, I think, is the core lesson of this place, Villanova, for all of you as you graduate today. Villanova will always be a part of who you are, and your education from here is an honor and a responsibility. Whatever your profession may be, you will bring a very unique perspective to every place that you go. The world is broken and waiting for you to help fix a corner of it. Let the lessons of this place guide you, strengthen you, and sustain you all the days of your life. And remember, as St. Augustine wrote, the degree to which you are concerned for the common good rather than for your own is the criterion by which you can judge how much progress you have made. Thank you and best wishes.
Thank you very much, Dr. Pallas. That was indeed inspirational and gives us all a lot to think about and maybe a plan for action as well. We now come to the peak moment of our ceremony in which we recognize and honor each one of our graduates. I would like to introduce you to two members of the Graduate Studies staff who will be assisting me this afternoon, Ms. Emily Hatcher, Admissions Coordinator in Graduate Studies, and Mrs. Linda Bonanno, Executive Administrative Assistant in Graduate Studies. They make a very fleeting appearance this afternoon, but for all of you graduates, you wouldn't be here without Linda and Emily. Here's how things will work. I will invite the graduates in each program to come up in the order in which they are listed in your program book. You will come up to the stage where the faculty director of your graduate program or another faculty representative will announce your name. With each graduate, when you hear the name of your program, please move from your seat to the center aisle. Move forward to your right and lined up as best you can. When it's time, you'll come up the stairs one by one, hand your card to the program director, walk across the stage, you get to shake my hand. Doesn't get better than that. And then you get to have your photograph taken. I would like the audience to please hold your applause. You can hoot or whistle, but please hold your applause until all the graduates from each program have returned to their seats. We start with philosophy because it is the bedrock of Villanova University and our only doctoral program. So I would like to invite Dr. John Carvalho, chairperson of the philosophy department, to come to the podium to read you the names of the graduates of the PhD program in philosophy.
Timothy Jusson. Jeffrey Gower. Sarah Vitale. And Neil Brophy.
Would the graduates of the master's program in classical studies please stand and proceed to the stage? Their names will be read by Dr. Valentina Donardis, director of the master's program in classical studies.
Elise Bricker. Jeanette Gonzalez. Charles Umaker.
Would the graduates of the master's program in communication please stand and proceed to the stage? They will be introduced by Dr. Maurice Hall, chairperson of the Department of Communication.
Robin M. Keeney. John Charles Lamb. Marianella A. Nunez. Kaiva Shengapa. Leslie Danielle Dyson. Min Kao. Kelly Ann Forst. Laura Marie T. Blackburn. Carly Diane Keeney. Emily Sarah Adler. Brandon John Hodnett. James Richard Hand.
Would the graduates of the master's program in English please stand and proceed to the stage? They will be introduced by Dr. Heather Hicks, Graduate Program Director.
Lydia Browning. Marianne Krafschick. Caroline Blasi. Brendan Michael. Adam Hembry. James Tressel.
Would the graduates of the master's program in Hispanic Studies please come forward and proceed to the stage? Their names will be read by Dr. Adriano Duque, Director of the Graduate Program in Hispanic Studies.
Elisa Elvira Bermúdez. Majd Subih. Kimberly Ross.
I would like to invite the graduates of the master's program in history to please come forward. They will be announced by Dr. Judith Giesberg, Graduate Program Director in History.
Maria Savini. Brian Gallagher. Eileen Brumett. Hadassah Bergstrom. Gary Flavian. Alexander Langer. Kent Weber. David Powell. William Gay. Patrick Moore. Brian Shinehouse. Joanna Wortman. Haley Stevenson. Alicia Parks. Andrew Coons.
Would the graduates of the master's program in liberal studies please come forward? They will be recognized by Dr. Marianne Schofield, Professor of Liberal Studies.
Regina Mary Kozel. Fatia Jurin. Sarita Monique Freeman.
All right, this is the group that always acts up. May I invite the graduates of the Theater Master's Program to please come forward. They will be introduced by Father David Cregan, Department Chairperson and Graduate Program Director.
I will sing our students' names. I won't. I could. Courtney Marielle Boches. Megan Ashley Deal. Peter Andrew Danzig. Polly Edelstein. Matthew Edward Basden. Sarah Wright Totoro. Bree Rebecca Knight. Emily Powerosnik. Lauren Fanslau. Christine Petrini. Victoria Rose Kapitsky.
Finally, for Humanities, with the graduates with the Masters in Theology, please stand and proceed to the stage. They will be introduced by Dr. Christopher Barnett, co-director of the Graduate Program in Theology.
Scott Gerard Grapin. Daniel L. Madden. Joseph Lawrence Grabeau. Blair Elizabeth Destito. Bernadette M. Dierkes. Mary Imran Laudit Gondeza. Francisco Frith Fernandez. Kaylee Marie Hawk. Manisha Devecha. Amanda Elizabeth Matthew. Elizabeth Ann Hollenbach.
I would like to ask you to give a round of applause to all of our graduates in the humanities. Next, we will recognize the graduates in the sciences and mathematics. I would like to invite the graduates of the master's program in applied statistics to come forward. Dr. Paul Lupinacci, director of the graduate program, will introduce each graduate.
Christopher Michael Donaldson. Carrie Ann Caswell. Jennifer Lynn Ellis. Thomas Michael Pasquale. Zachary Hans Wacker. Quentin Matthew Todd. Marek Dudziak. Michael Henry Rustemeyer. Addison Brady Hunt. Ebing Pan. Bradley D. Kenny. Stephen Robert Gill. Michael John Perakupka.
Would the graduates of the master's program in mathematics please stand and proceed to the stage? Dr. Lupinacci will announce the names of each graduate in mathematics.
Sarah A. Loveland. Alessandra M. Macri. Michael Anthony Neal. Jennifer H. Window. Timothy James McMahon. Benjamin Joseph Civiletti. Stephanie McGarretts. Lauren Kate Krasny.
I would like to invite the graduates of the Biology Master's Program to please come forward and to be announced by Dr. Aaron Bauer, Graduate Program Director in Biology.
Matthew O'Neill Kane. Daniel Lu Wu. Susan Elizabeth Hannigan. Melissa Ann Lang. Bianca Marie Rio. Jonathan Douglas Rumley. Andrea Lynn Egan. Sarah Catherine Bailey. Michelle Christine Garola Gall. Evan Patrick Kellerman. Nicholas Anastasio. Justin Walsh. Lindsay Beth Whitelock. Christine Mary Uzzolino.
We'd like next to introduce you to the graduates of the chemistry program. And their names will be read by Dr. Brian Eigenbrot, Assistant Professor of Chemistry.
Ian Seraldo. Parav Vagadia. Zachary Kemmerer. Chelsea Elise Kreider. Danielle Joseph Parishis. Alexis Marie Feedy. Amanda Rose McGettigan. Jonathan Schamberg. Nadia Hachuk.
I would like to invite the graduates of the master's programs in computer science and software engineering to please come forward to be introduced by Dr. Vijay Gilot, the director of the graduate program in computing sciences.
Anusha Chenereddy. Swetha Chigrupati. Sri Vidya Pothineni. Rohita Kiran Kodali. Dharanija Padiala. Sri Varsha Devineni. Sujita Pasupaleti. Harika Kopula. Shubhi Kotana. Sharanya Ashwin. James Bradley. Christopher Scott Chestnut. Bradford Farrell Miller. Michael Edward Jankola. Rachel Ann Johnson. Philip Thomas Williams. Dheeraj Kumar Reddy Kurla. Andrew David Larkin. Mohan Kumar Putasadia. Sai Vishwateja Mitta. Chetan Muniraju. Siva Sinduri Renamala Dodi. Susila VHJ Bhaskaruni. Shireen Abrahamdan Bashir, Lakshmi Priya Chandi, Surendra Pale, Pranay Kumar Muthneni, Lakshmi Venkata Bharat Kumar Chota, Rahul Deep, Akhil Thadkamala,
Please join me in congratulating the new graduates in sciences and mathematics. With the graduates in the master's program in counseling, please come forward to be introduced by Father Robert Murray, director of the graduate program. No, it was together with.
Todd Corey Woldoff. Good to see you. Jacqueline Kuhn. Hannah Catherine Jenkins. Erin Neeson. Damian Long. Gabrielle Miller. Jessica Caston. Avery Jane Manning. Meredith McGarrigle. Lauren E. Ruth. Megan M. Moynihan. Hi, Joe. Jennifer L. Brady. Hi. Jessica Marie Puckett.
I would like to invite the graduates of the Master's Program in Education to please come forward. And they will be announced by Dr. Connie Titoni, Director of the Master's Program Plus Certification in Education.
Pearl Mensa. Jennifer Lynn Ingram. Jillian Amaral. Michael Howard Bombs. Joshua Ecker. Chelsea Creveling. Tuan Noon. Jillian Tavares. Haley Schneider. Holly Schneider. Maureen DiVietro. John Brendan Thorpe. Karen Marie Carpenter, Alfred Santoro, Ryan James Livingston, Daniel Lubach,
I would like to introduce you to the graduates of the Master's Program in Political Science, who will be introduced to you by Professor Matthew Kerbel, Chairperson of the Department of Political Science.
Justin Pierce. Meredith Alessandra LaSalle Taranton. Megan Dunn. Shishav Parajuli. John Wellendorf. William Dakila. Louise Savaris. Brianna Healy. Michael Flanagan. Leo Spader. Max McGuire. Jeremy Merlin.
Would the graduates of the Master's Program in Public Administration please come forward? And I will ask Dr. Pallas to return to the podium to introduce them to you.
John Paul Hammond. Sebastian John Kruer. Ryan Justin Attaway. Sylvia Hicks. Allison Grace Bittner. Kathleen Lorraine Von Yu. Matthew V. Gwynn. Matthew James Harris. Amy Contarino. Michael D. Clark. Shane Forbes Lavin. Michael Wesley Burdett. Matthew Robert Vonderhayden. Kenneth Williams. Justine Marie Italiano. K.O. Ansa B. Yaudum. Felicia Denman. Wendell Germain Payne. Robert T. Ross. Alicia Marie Lacey. Travis Justin Akers. Letitia Darcel Sims. Charles V. Bass. Carmela Muriela Migliorino. Duong Thoi Do. Rebecca Lynn Geiser. Stephen Vincent Rochette. Vincent Carl Raitano. Alexis Catherine Barsamian. Christopher David Gale. Wendy R. Jolie Kabi. Sarah Jane Mandes. Yelena Kuselin. Kristen Elizabeth Clanton. Allison Paige Bergeron. Daniel Patrick Bartleson. Curtis Lee Griffey.
Finally, we recognize the graduates of the Master's Program in Human Resource Development. Wait a moment. You future engineers of human souls, just wait a moment for an instruction. I would like to, who's in this section? Okay, would you please come up first? And the graduates in the left-hand section, just chill for a moment, and your turn will come. I'll do psychology next. I'd like to invite Dr. David Bush, Founding Director of the Human Resource Development Program, and Dr. Lawrence Cousins, Assistant Director of the Human Resource Development Program, to come to the stage, and they will tag team the names.
Grace D. Catino. Lisa M. Felb. Helena Nicole Boone. Tritine. Sally Flores Wilson. Lisa Marie Latour. Stacy Christine Stevens. Rose Danifer Todd. Michael Anthony Sia. Margaret Brophy Holliston. Lee Gordon. Diane G. Kennedy. Danielle Kadura. Manyak Singh. David Robert Cox. Crystal Michelle Hobbs Dyer. Eric Allen Longino. Kristen M. Capelli DeMarco. Heather J. Hoon Flanders. Robert John. Mary Catherine Carol Blosser. Stuart Ryan Wales. Mark Demetrius Rogers. Wendy Francis Willis. Colleen Tuzio. Lakita Christine Garcia. Melody R. Giardino. Raymond Daniel Duffy. Chad Ramali. Rafael A. Quiones. Richard Francis Woodford. Christine Pepper Williamson. Heidi M. Weiser. Christy M. Mazzara. Francis J. Brown. Lauren Elizabeth Sweetman. Jessica Lynn Worthy. Lucci A. Virginia Cook. Oh. Brandy Triggy Kraft. Kathy J. Chansey. Christy Weinstead Bobbitt. Jeremy G. Welch. Jason Charles Brandt. Jill Sullivan. Stephanie Lynn Mink.
Now, the left wing graduates of the Human Resource Development Program, please come up.
Sarah Yates Dunn. Jillian Dunn. Patricia L. Lemke Seagram. Wendell Gale Rakowski. Rini Kas Doxy. Dennis Joseph Hendricks. Jerry Marion McCarthy. Emma Teague. Andrew C. Pepino. Abigail Upton. Sandina Ahmed. Sarah Casimidis, I guess. Kimberly Lynn Knight. Yolanda Dominique Brown. Terrence Leo Brown. Adam Karn. Mariana Pietri Engel. Charisse Hill Cartagena. Shanna Diane Venzos. Carmelita Michelle Lee. Megan Holberg. Michelle Christine Carter. Alexis Hannah Thibault. Stephanie Ann Blind. Stephanie Joy Farlame Dove. Lisa Lewis Evans. Karen Elizabeth Green. Joseph Theodore Willis. Megan Diane Livermore. Terry Maria Taylor Joseph. Linda J. Pert. Kathleen Ann Barbaro. Arceli Kausich. Good. Joella Newman. Lynette Suzadale. Ashley S. Elder. Margaret Ann Lewis. Barbara Ann Walsh. Nicole Marie Pierce. Blair Whitehurst Naron. Diane Diaz Soltis.
Would the graduates of the master's program in psychology please come forward? Did you think I forgot you? They will be introduced to you by Dr. Michael Brown, Director of the Master's Program in Psychology.
Charles Franklin Phillips. Tiffany Patricia Chang. Courtney Michelle Walsh. Colin Flowers. Eli Jordan Mickelson. Andrew Charles Stokesbury. Brendan Turvo Clemens. Joshua R. Oltmans. Leland Lou Rogers. Deborah Elaine Ward. Emily Jean Pammett. Jennifer Ng.
I'd like to invite you to applaud the graduates of our programs in social sciences. Before we conclude this ceremony with a benediction, I'd just like to say a couple of words to our graduates. You are now Villanovans. This is your place, as Dr. Pallas told you, for the rest of your life. Please friend us on Facebook. Send me a LinkedIn invite. I'll accept. Stay in touch. I promise we won't ask you for money. We want to know how you're doing. We want to hear how your master's or doctoral degree has helped you in life. We'd like to know what we can do better. We'd just like to know how you are. Congratulations to everyone. Finally, I'd like to introduce to you Father Joseph Ryan, OSA, Assistant Professor of History, who will give us the benediction.
Let us pray. Loving God, we are grateful to you for this beautiful day. We are thankful for the gift of wisdom that you have shared bountifully with these graduates gathered here today. In the book of wisdom in the sacred scriptures, wisdom is depicted as a woman. Resplendent and unfading is wisdom, and she is readily perceived by those who love her and found by those who seek her. May these graduates always be seekers of Lady Wisdom, and may they find her always throughout their lives. May they use the knowledge and expertise that they have achieved at Villanova in their studies for the good of all humanity. Bless their families who have supported these graduates and the challenges they faced during their course of studies, and reward them for their support, which contributed to the success of these graduates. We are thankful for their professors, who imparted their wisdom and knowledge to eager minds. We are thankful for Villanova University. May it always be a home for scholarship and the abode of Lady Wisdom. May Villanova University always contribute to the common good and contribute to raise those who study here to a greater understanding of you, our God. And may you impart the grace to each of us to grow in wisdom and knowledge through our academic pursuits. We ask this through Christ our Lord.
Thank you very much, Father Ryan. In our concluding recession, the stage party will leave, followed by the faculty. And then once the faculty have left this ginormous tent, the graduates are invited to pick up their diplomas in the tent right behind us. Everyone have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for being with us on this happy occasion.